Assalamu alaikum class. Good day students. This beautiful day we're going to talk about drug trafficking. If you are conversant with the media, you'll have heard so much about drug trafficking. So, in this class, we're going to define what drug trafficking is. We're going to mention reasons why people go into drug trafficking. We're going to list the effects of drug trafficking and ways of preventing drug trafficking. So, what is drug? Yes, a drug is any substance which is taken in and has an effect, a psychological effect and a physiological effect on the user. Physiological effect, that means it affects the body function, and the psychological effect is that it affects the behavior of that user. So anything that you take that affects your body function and your behavior is a drug. So you can say a drug is any substance that changes the physiological, that is the body function, and psychological behavior, that is psychological, which is behavior of the user. So you can say drug affects the body function and behavior of the user. That is a drug. And we have two types of drug. That is the legal drug and the illegal drug. So which one is this legal drug? Legal drugs are drugs that are allowed. Legal drugs are drugs that are allowed. That means their production, their distribution, their sale and consumption is allowed by law. And a legal drug can also be defined as any drug that the doctor prescribes for one, which you can buy in the drugstore. So those ones are legal drugs. Examples of these legal drugs include paracetamol, penicillin, cough syrup, Coughlin. Coughlin is a cough syrup, Advance, Tribax, Gestid, aspirin, Vasoprym. All these are legal drugs because they are prescribed by doctors to the sick or those that need them. Then the second group is what we call illegal drugs. Illegal drug can also be called hard drugs. I'm sure you must have heard that word, hard drugs. So illegal drugs are the opposite of legal drugs, in the sense that illegal drugs are those drugs whose production, their distribution, their sale and usage are not allowed by law, are prohibited. Their usage is what? Prohibited by law. And also, any drug that is not prescribed by a doctor, whether it is paracetamol, and you go to buy that kind of drug, it will be termed as illegal because nobody wrote that out as a prescription for you to take. So anything you take outside the doctor's prescription can be termed also as illegal drug. And why are they called illegal? Why are they illegal drugs? They are called illegal drugs because they have negative effects on the user. For as long as that drug has a negative effect on you, it is prohibited. That is why it is called illegal. Examples of illegal drugs are marijuana, which we also call Indian hemp, opium, heroin, you can see a sample of heroin here, cocaine, some people call some solution. There are some that are in liquid form, they call them solution. Some are inhaled, they call them, they sniff them. Sometimes you see young boys going very close to the sockaway. They can lie down there in the sockaway, perceiving the odors coming out from that sockaway. What are they doing? They are sniffing in some substances that they feel is going to have a psychological and physiological effect on their body. So there are different kinds of illegal drugs. So I've given an example of illegal drugs and why they are called illegal drugs. So now let's go to drug trafficking. What is drug trafficking? Drug trafficking is a global illicit trade involving the cultivation, the production, the distribution and sale of substances which are prohibited by law. That means this drug trafficking, when we say it is global illicit, that means it is worldwide and it's illegal. It's something that takes place in the whole world and it was an illegal business. When they say cultivation, if you hear this word, this marijuana, heroin are plants. Marijuana is gotten from a plant. A hemp, yes, Indian hemp, that's marijuana, is a plant that grows around. It's a plant that grows around, easy, you can easily access it. That's why they're talking of cultivation, because some of them are from these herbs, that's why we're talking of cultivation. So when they are cultivated, when they are cultivated, they are now produced. They can now, after the production, they start giving people, they distribute, and they sell them. So these illegal drugs are sold to people for usage, and as you know, all these things have a negative effect on that user, as you have said. So why do people go into drug trafficking? There are a number of reasons why people go into drug trafficking. Some are listed out here. It can be because of poverty or greed. It can be ignorance, unemployment, lack of self-discipline, negative peer pressure, lucrativeness. When I say poverty, poverty means a person does not have anything to sustain himself. So these kind of people are prone to any kind of job that comes their way. So easily the drug barons can come to meet these people and get them involved in drug trafficking. They start giving them job, carry these drugs to so place like that. So that is how they get involved in drug trafficking. Another one is greed. Some people, after trying it for 1 or 2 times, they've seen a lot of money in it. So that money they've seen there makes it easy for them to want to go back to it. So they keep going back for more, for more, for more. Then ignorance. Some people that are involved in this, they don't know the danger that it's there. They don't know that there's danger to them, to those they sell it to the society, to their family, to the whole world at large. Some are very ignorant about what they are doing. So that makes them keep on going back to drug trafficking. Unemployment. A person that does not have a job is ready to do anything. They said an idle mind is the devil's workshop. So these kind of people easily go into drug trafficking. Then negative peer pressure. Some of us have friends that are already involved in drugs. And since these friends are involved in drugs, they can easily lure you that, oh, come and take this substance. You really feel good. By the time you taste it once, you want to go back, you still be encouraged to take for another time. By the time you take it 2-3 times, you say, yes, I like it. That's how you start taking drugs. So mind the kind of people you interact with. Don't move around with bad friends. Friends that are on drugs, you should stay away from them. Try to advise them. Advise them to stop this habit. It's a very bad thing. If you cannot stop them, then you move away from them and tell those that can really help them. Tell their parents, let them know. Let them try to help them. So that is it. Then lucrativeness. When I say lucrativeness, means that business is bringing a lot of money. So when people are greedy, when they see that, there's a lot of money in this, they will not want to stop. They say, okay, maybe after this last assignment we'll stop. But no, they keep on going. That money, the money in it makes them wild and they want to keep on going back to it. So what are the consequences of drug trafficking? It has a lot of negative consequences. The first one is death. Some people that get involved in drug trafficking end up dying. Unfortunately, some of them die. Some become sick because of what they've been taking. It can affect their lungs, they can have cancer, they can have lung damage, they can have brain disorder. Some of them, see them roaming the streets, already mad because of what? Taking drugs. So it also helps in increasing crime rates. When people are on drugs, they don't even know what they're doing. So as long as they don't know what they're doing, they can do anything that is not right. So it increases the crime rate. You can imagine a person, a thief or an armed robber, going to somebody's house, demanding for money. After being given the money, he kills the person he comes to rob. Well, he has already collected the money, why does he have to kill? Some of them, because of what they've taken, they don't even see anything, they're just like animals. They feel so big that they see any other human being as an ant. So they just feel like, let's just crush this one. So after collecting the money, they can kill the person because they are no more in their right senses. So it increases crime rates. Then negative economic effects. This there are so many reasons or so many ways in which this one becomes a negative economic effect. For example, a student that is already in school, after he gets involved in drug, he drops out. After dropping out of school, definitely he doesn't have any focus in life. He's not even looking, he's not even training, he's not even an apprentice, he's not going to school, he doesn't have any future ambition, he's just there, he's just lying fallow around the society. That kind of person cannot have any economic effect in the society. He cannot put things together to even get money for himself or even to help those around him. So it becomes a liability. And most of these drug traffickers are those that are able-bodied youth that can be of help to the society. But no, since they're in drug trafficking and even they're already taking drugs and all that. So drug trafficking has a lot of negative effects because on the users or those that are using the drugs, their lives becomes, I would say, almost or practically useless. So that is the negative effect of drug trafficking. So how can we prevent this madness? There are many ways of preventing it. One is through legislation, that means the laws. Our House of Representatives, the National Assembly, they can put down laws that will help to curb this problem. And also implementing the law that is on ground, that means stiffening the laws. If laws are stiffened and people know that if this crime is committed, this is the punishment for it, they will stop this crime. Another thing is public enlightenment. For as long as a person is educated, he knows, if he understands the subject matter, he already knows what the subject matter is. When he knows that, he knows how to prevent this crime. Yes, if you already know what drug is, you know the effect of drug, you know the consequences, you know that going into drug trafficking is not the best thing for you to even do. You shouldn't even think about it. So when people are well enlightened, they will not go into it. This enlightenment can be in the form of adverts on television, or on the radio, in the net. Make people aware of the dangers that surround drug trafficking. As long as people are aware of it, they will not be involved in drug trafficking. Another effective way is international cooperation. As we said drug trafficking is a global illicit business. It is global, it's worldwide. They have a strong network working together from all parts of the world, from all walks of life, people are involved in drug trafficking. And since it's an international thing, people can have a kind of international cooperation with other countries. Have you ever heard the word, what's it called? This word, Interpol. Interpol is network of policemen from different countries. This Interpol can help to curb drug trafficking because they know themselves, they link themselves, they give themselves information from different parts of the world. So when different countries cooperate together, they know who these drug barons are, they know how to track them, they trail them, and they know how to track, they know how to curtail their excesses or even capture them. So through international cooperation, there can be a lot can be done to prevent drug trafficking. And there are other ways of preventing drug trafficking, which I will leave for you to find out. So that will be the assignment you're going to do. You're going to write down 10 ways of preventing drug trafficking. You're going to write down 10 ways of preventing drug trafficking. Here, you are given 3 ways, but I know by the time you sit down and think over it, you're going to get the other 7 ways in which you can use to prevent drug trafficking. Have a wonderful day. Assalam.